Sports coverage of the NFL has us on the west coast of the Sunshine State. Downtown Tampa's the spot, Raymond James Stadium. Tonight, a good one on tap as part of our John Madden Thanksgiving Celebration Series, as it'll be the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Certainly happy to have you along. Chase McLaughlin has it on the tee, and off we go here in Tampa. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a product of NC State. It's Jacoby Brissett.
Spent the early years of his career bouncing between starter and backup as needed, and played well, but never had a team fully commit to him as their guy. He does retain the toolbox that made him projectable as a starter. Big, strong player with a powerful arm, deceptively mobile, and tough to tackle. The best part about his game, leadership and being a great teammate.
They go play action with Brissett. And his first look is incomplete.
It's zone defense right away here defensively, and I know that these linebackers and DBs are going to be tested throughout. They passed the first test, though. This one falls incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. On play action, Brissett. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And that's caught inside the 35. A huge play there for Arizona. 41 yards.
And the Cardinals first down. A 41-yard gain.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
And Wilson with it, complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
And strong runner there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd and 5 from the 8. Here's Brissett. Now he's going to step up and run. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. The defense, they brought the house. That O-line, they were overwhelmed.
To put it mildly, because they didn't have enough bodies to block all the guys that came at them. Their best move, how they would have been better served, just turn around and yell, "Look out!" because here they come.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Brissett from the gun on 3rd. Under pressure, they got him again. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down.
Chad Ryland on for the Arizona field goal. A 34-yard attempt.
And his kick is indeed good. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
So after the field goal, Riley back out as he'll send this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. Leading them out is the Austin, Texas native. At quarterback, it's Baker Mayfield.
And what a career resurgence for Baker Mayfield. He went from being a discarded starter to a Pro Bowl quarterback, and he's coming off a year where he set career highs in passing yards, touchdowns, and completion percentage. But best of all, the ultimate leader for his ball club.
They'll start on the ground with Irvin, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Here's a 2nd and 5. They'll send the tight end in motion. Mayfield. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up the first down.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher, and that's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. Yeah, he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
That's good.
A good pickup there at 22.
1st and 10.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run the draw with Irvin. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll pitch it out to White. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Play fake. Mayfield. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming. let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Completing it to the right side, Johnson. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Here's Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th.
A 34-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And that will tie us at 3-3. So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the second drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Going a little tennis on me.
I know you. You like to mix it up with sports.
They crack a forehand back out, and they get a backhand. What was the return on?
It was a backhand.
I like that.
Really good backhand.
Get some nice top spin on the whole thing. I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Now he's able to break to 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Now Brissett. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Coming up on 3 minutes left in the half in a 3-3 ball game. Just a pair of field goals to this point. Mayfield looks to throw. There's a short one taken in by Otten. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
A 6-yard pickup.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Baker going to give it to Irving. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Mayfield to throw it. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. In motion right is Wilson. Here's Brissett. Got his man. It's Dortch. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 35. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great. Let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 36-yard line.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Brissett. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
3rd and long.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. To throw is Brissett. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 25-yard line.
And the Cardinals 1st down.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
To throw, Brissett. A short one here, caught by McBride. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Brissett again. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
1st down, Cardinals.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Brissett. The throw out wide going to be incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
2nd and 10. Brissett now. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Brissett sets to throw it. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. And his kick here is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another 4th down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law. And it's 9/10 of this game, too. Having the football counts.
You're so litigious. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hanson. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hanson, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. A field goal the difference. A tight one through 2 quarters, and we are back and underway for the 3rd quarter. Johnson on poke free. Football's out. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. So they take the deficit into the lockers. You know they had plans to receive the football. A nice drive. Instead, a fumble on the kickoff.
And that can be demoralizing right there because, as you pointed out, they had designs on coming out and, okay, we're going to change things here in the second half. Instead, with a deficit already, they cough it up, and now they've got to find a way to keep the score from mounting bigger against them.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's second down.
On the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 12-yard line.
The give is to DeMercado. And the Cardinals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets them down to about the 4-yard line.
A gain of 9 yards. That's good for a Cardinals first down.
Well, we know it's a tough mission for this defense to hold them to a field goal after that long kick return, but they're one play away from doing it.
They certainly are very close to accomplishing what they needed to get done because they've treated this like a sudden change. You know, when the offense turns the ball over on a fumble or an interception, before you go out, you get together.
And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Amari DeMercado. A 3-yard touchdown run. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because the field goals means they got in range. but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Buccaneers 3.
Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They trail by 10, 13-3 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. To throw, Mayfield. He'll find his rookie wideout from Ohio State here. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And the throw in the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
Throwing, Mayfield. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
A couple of 1st downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Still in search of their 1st touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll run with White. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Across the formation, he finds Godwin. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 21. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
And they'll run it here. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. 2nd down and 8. Now Mayfield. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And the Buccaneers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a 1st down.
This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll get blown up behind behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the fourth quarter. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Mayfield now. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Buccaneers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long, because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense, because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And he puts it through there within 3. It's 13-10. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Throwing, Brissett. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Here's 2nd and 10. Brissett. That's complete to McBride. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Nothing fancy really on either side. They were just trying to punch it between the tackles, but could not get it done.
That felt very old schoolish, didn't it? Because we always talk about how we spread it out on offense nowadays and try and create some running lanes. That one was really tight. Go get it. A big pile of bodies. Didn't quite get there.
On is the punter Hawk as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So out come the Bucs now. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. Once again, it's Irvin. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Mayfield keeps it himself. And he's going to have the Bucs 1st down, at least at first glance, as they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
From the gun, Mayfield. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he's taken down inside the 30. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st down in field goal range already. There's a short one taken in by Otten. Very sharp here to start this drive, 3 for 3.
Yeah, I like the way he's running this 2-minute drill. Very sharp, very precise in throwing the football.
At the 23-yard line.
Here comes 2nd down at 5. Mayfield. Over the middle, complete. That's Shepard.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense. A big play looming on 3rd down. Here's Baker. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
A 38-yard attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And with a little more than a minute to go, we are all tied. So a big kick to get this back to even. Now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. They, of course, tie game, would like to avoid overtime if they could.
And a lot of people would go ahead and play it safe here and get to overtime and try and win it there. But, you know, sitting up here in the booth,
take some gambles.
I say let's go for this thing, try and push it, and maybe catch the defense back on their heels a bit.
See if they do that. This is 1st and 10. Brissett. He's got McBride. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Here's Brissett. Goes right back to McBride.
Well, that answers the question in my head. They're going to go for the win right now.
I think you're absolutely right. They're not content with going to OT.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
2 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's a 1st and 10 now. Now Brissett. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Well, I'm no coach, but there's just not time right now for throws that short.
Yeah, sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. As Coach Madden liked to say, sometimes you have to take what you want.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Now Brissett. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Incomplete pass there is probably the best scenario going because if he catches the football, clock's probably going to run out in that situation.
Big play looming here. This is 3rd and 7 with a crowd on their feet. Brissett looks to throw. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. So the Bucs going to have a chance to go down and win it. They'll get the ball first here in overtime. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Little out route here, complete to Shepard. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
At the 33-yard line.
Opening drive of overtime. Both teams will get a possession, barring a defensive score. Here's 2nd down. A run up the middle with Irving. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Irving. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
That was a good forceful run, and it demonstrates why you've got to put your body on a runner when you're trying to tackle him. If you just go in there and just try and get him down with arm tackles, usually doesn't work very well, and we saw on that play, he'll run right through those attempted plays.
Straight ahead, it's Irvin. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll go up the middle with White. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now a give up the middle. This is White. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. It's a gain of 16. 1st down, Tampa Bay. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves, that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
Mayfield on play action. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. He's got his receiver. That's Ibuka.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 10-yard line.
Remember, again, a touchdown wouldn't win it just yet, but it can give him a big leg up. It's 2nd down. Over the middle, it's complete. And the Bucs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Mayfield. That is caught. Touchdown. They strike first here in overtime. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. Looking to put a drive together. Now a first throw here in overtime. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
It's a gain of 18.
At least this time he's getting hit after positive play for his offense. The pressure was coming through yet again, but he certainly didn't stick around for the sack on this occasion. Found an escape route and ended up getting the first down before taking the hit.
Here's Brissett. Short one here, caught by McBride. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Carter.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. They need a matching touchdown here to keep their hopes alive. Here's second down. Now Brissett. A short one here, caught by McBride.
Completion was given up, and that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. A field goal does nothing. It is touchdown or bust as they come up on third down. They're going to run this with a tight end. And he's going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on third and a yard.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Here's Brissett. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Brissett sets to throw it. A short one here, caught by McBride. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. To throw, Brissett. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Cardinals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's another Cardinals 1st down. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
But they've certainly not shied away from throwing the football as they've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
Here's Knight on the handoff. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. They'll try again. And this time he's in for a Cardinal touchdown. They were able to stop him at the line on 1st down, but this time he punches his way through.
And sometimes just because you're stopped on the first run, it doesn't mean the play call was bad or incorrect. You might just need better execution and just a tad more determination. And they got it done on the 2nd try.
Ryland on for the extra point. And it's up and good. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And able to get this out to the 25. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
On 1st and 10, here's Irvin. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Looking for Godwin, and he's got it complete. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Open man is Ibuka. And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down, at least at first glance, as they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
Well, you can absolutely feel the thought process there. They just gave up the touchdown. So in the huddle, they're telling each other, you don't want to give it back now on a 3 and out. Nice job of making sure that they wouldn't, and they pick up the 1st down.
Otten brings it in over the middle. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
That's another Buccaneers first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Mayfield's pass, complete to Chris Godwin. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7. At the Cardinals' 47.
Overtime with 2 minutes to play. We are in sudden death, but still all tied up. From the 47 now, they work with a 2nd and 7. To throw, Mayfield. Quick completion here to Johnson. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And he is going to have the Bucs first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in and went heavy. No surprise I knew was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. From the 38 now, here's a 2nd and 9. They'll try the right side here with White. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good. And they have won it here in double overtime.
Cardinals 20.
Charles, a very simple mission anytime that you play on your home turf, and that is to defend your home turf, and today that mission was accomplished.
Look, every offseason, every preseason, the head coach goes in front of the team and says, the mission for the season, defend our home field every time, split on the road, and we'll be in the playoffs. That's why